Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Karina and today we're going to be making some cake pops. I'm going to share with you guys a delicious vanilla cake pop dough recipe that is foolproof, and I'm going to share with you guys some tips and tricks that have worked out for me. So if you guys are ready to master cake pops, make sure to stick around and don't forget to subscribe if you like these type of tutorials, because I'm going to be sharing with you guys a lot of new techniques that I have learned. So let's get started. We're going to start with 1 cup of milk. This is room temperature milk. We're also going to need 3 eggs. Right here I'm separating the eggs separately, making sure that there's no shells on there. Make sure that the eggs are also at room temperature, and we're going to add this to our milk. We're also going to need 2 tablespoons of sugar. We're going to add the sugar because we want to sweeten this up a little bit since we're not going to be using frosting at the end. You're also going to need 1 cup of sour cream. You could also do half a cup of butter. That's what I usually do, and then add 1 tablespoon of sour cream. I'm also adding vanilla paste, or you could do 1 tablespoon of regular vanilla extract. Now this is my favorite cake mix. It is the Betty Crocker Super Moist Vanilla Cake Mix. We're gonna add that to our mixture and we're gonna blend it very, very well. Once the cake is together, we're gonna get our pan ready. I'm gonna line my pan up with parchment paper, and not even line it up, I'm just adding parchment paper to my pan, making sure that the sides are covered. For cake pops, it's so much easier to just add the parchment paper like this. I know this is like the lazy way to do it. We're gonna also cut off all the excess parchment paper on top. We're gonna add our mixture. The reason why I'm doing sour cream instead of butter on this one is because sometimes when the cake pops are at room temperature, the cake pop stick turns yellow, and we don't want that. So this is just another way to do it. Honestly, my cake pop sticks never turn yellow because I keep them in the fridge, but I know some people don't, and that might be a problem. So you might want to try this one instead. Right here I'm cutting off the excess parchment paper. Like I said, we don't want the ends to burn. And then we're just gonna bake this at 350 for 30 to 35 minutes or until it's ready. Once the cake is ready, we're gonna cover it for 10 minutes. This part is very important because we're locking in the moisture. We're gonna make our cake sweat a little bit. The reason why I don't like adding frosting to my cake pop dough is because sometimes I would add a little bit too much, or it would change the flavor of the cake pop. After the 10 minutes, we're gonna get our cake and we're gonna put it all in our mixer. I've already shown you guys that you can get the cake pops without a mixture. Just crumble it up. I use a wooden spoon because this is a little bit warm, and then you start kneading with your hand. But right here, we're gonna be using our mixer with the paddle attachment. It honestly comes together pretty fast, but I'm gonna mix for about 3 to 5 minutes. I start at a low setting and then I go to a medium and then a little bit high to make sure that everything is incorporated well. As you guys can see, there's a lot of steam coming out of the cake, so if you're using your hands, just be careful because it is gonna be a little bit warm. With my regular cake pop dough that I'm gonna link down below, which is with butter, it's not as sticky as with this one. But what I really did like about this one is that it was a little bit lighter in color. It was such a beautiful color. I also wanted to show you guys how much cake pop dough I got from this cake. My cake pops are usually 1 ounce, so I wanted to see how many ounces of cake pop dough I would get off of this batch. Right here I'm just setting it to 0 ounces with the bowl, and then I'm adding my cake pop dough on top of it. As you guys will see, I'm getting about 30 ounces of cake pop dough. So you guys can easily get 2 dozen cake pops off of this batch, which I would say is really, really good. You guys can also freeze the dough that is left over. I'm excited, you guys, because I want to come up with different flavored cake pops, and I'm excited to share that with you guys. But first we need to get the basics out of the way, which would be melting chocolate, how to dip your cake pop, making sure that it doesn't crack, that it's not too heavy. So we're gonna be going over all of that first. Now, since our cake pop dough is still a little bit warm, we're gonna let it come to room temperature. We're gonna keep this covered, and then I'm gonna place this in the fridge. I always like to shape my cake pops when they're cold. It's just easier that way. Right here, my cake pop was already cold, and I'm weighing it before I start shaping. As you guys can see, it's about 102.99. That's usually what the size that I get. For some reason, I never get 1 ounce. So right here, my cake pop dough is cold. I'm just getting them all weighed before I start shaping. I want to show you guys a little bit on how I shape my cake pop. So pretty much the first thing I do is squeeze the cake pop dough. We're going to get rid of any air that may be trapped in between the dough. Now using your palms, you're going to shape your cake pop. And since we're kind of messing with the cake pop, the heat from your hands kind of warm up that cake pop so your chocolate doesn't crack. I know some people are scared of dipping their cake pops with cold cake pop, but if your chocolate is not too hot and your cake pop is not too cold, then you should not have a problem. Just make sure that you're not overheating your chocolate. I will be posting a tutorial on how to melt chocolate. I think I have some already, but I want to go more into detail because I know some people still have problems with it. But here I'm showing you guys again. I first kind of squeeze it and then I roll using my palms. I feel like 1 ounce is the perfect size for a cake pop because it's not too big and it's not too small. Another thing that I noticed with this cake pop dough, compared to the one that I usually use, which is the one that I'm being linked down below, the only difference is literally just butter and 1 tablespoon of sour cream. But the difference is that I felt like this was a little bit softer. Like I said, it was a little bit stickier, but it also was a little bit softer. I still was able to shape my ball perfectly fine, but I feel like the other one kind of shapes a little bit better. But I would just hate for you guys to dip your cake pop and then the next day your cake pop stick turned yellow. That has happened to me before with back in the day when I would use vegetable oil or when I would use too much butter. And like I said, if I would leave them at room temperature, but that has not happened to me again. But the reason why is also because I store my cake pops in the fridge. I'll also be linking the tutorial for these beautiful cake pop balls down below so you guys can check them out. But that is all for today's video. If you have any questions, leave them down below and I'll be answering them. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you like these short tutorials, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye.